Welcome to Relaxing Stoic, a space for timeless wisdom, deep reflection, and inner peace. Today we explore something deeply human and deeply misunderstood: depression. That heavy fog that clouds the mind, that weight in the chest, the sense that something is missing or that nothing matters at all. We all go through dark times, even the strongest among us, even the Stoics. But they faced their darkness with courage and clarity. And today, we turn to their wisdom, not for empty inspiration, but for tools to understand our suffering, to reclaim our inner power, and to find meaning in the midst of pain. If you find peace in these words, if this way of thinking brings clarity or comfort, feel free to drop a like or subscribe to the channel. No pressure, just an open invitation to walk this path of wisdom together, one thought at a time. Now, breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Let's begin. Acknowledge the darkness. Depression is real, and no philosophy, no quote, no teaching can begin to help if we deny the pain that lives within us. The Stoics never claimed life was easy. They never painted the world with false colors. They didn't sugarcoat reality. In fact, they expected hardship. They trained for it, daily, deliberately, and with clear eyes. They didn't hide from grief, fear, or despair. They invited those feelings into the room, and then they faced them. They said, "You may walk with me, but you will not lead me." Seneca wrote, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." Let those words settle. There is no shame in struggling. There is no weakness in feeling tired, lost, or overwhelmed. If the weight you're carrying makes simple things feel impossible, that doesn't make you broken. It means you're carrying something heavy. That's all. And yet, here you are. If all you did today was get out of bed, if all you managed was to breathe, to survive this hour, to stay, that counts. That matters. That is resistance against despair. That is courage in its quietest form. You are still here, still showing up. The Stoics would not judge you for your pain. They would not call you weak. They would only ask you to be honest, to name what hurts, to stop pretending, to say, yes, I am suffering, and yet I am still here. This is not weakness. This is the beginning. Not denial, but acceptance. The first quiet step toward healing. And every journey begins with one honest breath. Pause, breathe, reflect. Now, let's move forward. You are not alone. The feeling of depression is often accompanied by isolation. That quiet belief that no one else could possibly understand what you're going through, that your suffering is unique, and because of that, you must carry it alone. But the truth is, you are not alone. Your pain may be personal, but it is not solitary. Even the strongest minds in history have felt the weight you feel now. Even those who appeared powerful, wise, and composed, they too stumbled in the dark. Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of Rome, a man with legions at his command and philosophers at his side, once wrote, "Often injustice lies in what you aren't doing, not only in what you are doing." He wasn't talking about grand political failures. He was talking about withdrawing from life, from his duties, from his own soul. Even he felt the pull of numbness, of emptiness, of losing connection to purpose. You are not broken. You are human. The Stoics knew this well. That's why they practiced philosophy, not to escape pain, but to prepare for it. They wrote. They reflected. They trained their minds to face the inevitable lows, and they passed their wisdom on to us, not as commands, but as reminders, as gentle lights in dark corridors. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let that settle. The obstacle in your path, this heaviness you feel, might not be the end of you. It may become the start of something deeper, something wiser. You don't have to be okay today. You just have to stay. Pause. Feel that truth. You are not alone, and your story is not over. Focus on what you can control. When we are in a dark place, the world can feel overwhelmingly heavy. Every small task becomes monumental. Every thought spirals. We feel paralyzed by uncertainty, by pressure, by things far beyond our reach. In these moments, the Stoics offer us something simple and profoundly powerful: the dichotomy of control. There are things you control, and there are things you do not. That's it. That's the boundary line. When you are suffering, this clarity is everything. You don't control how you feel. You don't control every thought that arises. You don't control the world or the economy or the choices of other people. But you do control one thing: what you choose to do next, even the smallest action. A breath, a sip of water, a 5-minute walk outside. These things may seem small, insignificant, but when you are in a dark place, they are monumental. Imagine this: you're stuck in traffic, you're late, you feel your frustration building. You have two choices. You can tighten your grip on the wheel, curse the sky, let stress rule you. Or you can exhale, turn on something calming, let the traffic pass without taking you with it. This is what Stoicism teaches us. The world may be chaotic, but you are not required to match its chaos. You are allowed to slow down, to choose calm, to reclaim your space. Let go of what you cannot influence. Come back to what you can. Pause. What's one small thing, just one dash, that you can do today to reclaim a little peace? Start there. That's enough. You are more than your thoughts. When you're in a dark place, your thoughts can become your loudest enemy. They don't shout. They whisper. Quiet, relentless messages that feel like truth. You're not good enough. You've failed. There's no way out. And in those moments, it's hard not to believe them. But Stoicism offers you something different, something steady, something freeing. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who witnesses them. You are not the storm. You are the sky behind it. Thoughts will come. Some will be gentle. Some will be cruel. Some will rise without warning and try to pull you under. But you do not have to fight them. You only have to notice them. And remember, they are not facts. They are not commands. They are just mental weather. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The mind is a place of stories. Some stories lift us, others sink us, but stories can be questioned, and slowly, gently, they can be replaced. You are not weak because of your thoughts. You are not broken. You are aware. You are present, and that makes you powerful. A Stoic learns to observe the mind without becoming it, to return over and over to what is real. The breath, the body, this moment. So when your mind tells you things that hurt, pause. Watch the thought come. Watch it go. And remind yourself, this is not me. I am still here, still breathing, still capable, still on the path. Remember, this will pass. When you're in a dark place, everything feels like it will last forever. The sadness, the numbness, the weight. It feels endless, like you're stuck in it, like this is how it will always be, but it won't. Nothing is permanent. This is one of the most grounding truths the Stoics return to again and again. Time is like a river made up of events and a violent stream, for as soon as a thing has been seen, it is carried away, and another comes in its place. Marcus Aurelius. Everything passes. Even this, even now. The mind in darkness tells us that pain is forever. But the mind is often wrong. How many emotions have you felt in your life that seemed unbearable at the time, but eventually softened, changed, faded? It's not about pretending to feel better. It's not about forcing light into the room. It's about remembering that pain, like everything else, moves, and all you need to do is stay, not fix it, not explain it, not rush through it. Just endure. Just breathe. Just exist inside it, knowing it's not the end. You don't need to have the answers today. You don't need to map out your future. You only need to remember, this feeling is not eternal. It will pass, and when it does, you'll still be here. Changed perhaps, but still standing, still growing, still becoming. Pause. Let that truth settle. This will pass. You are the flame. When all seems lost, when the light feels too far away, remember what the Stoics knew, that peace is not the absence of struggle, but the presence of strength. That clarity does not mean never feeling pain. It means learning how to sit with it without letting it define you. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are walking through a fire. Yes, but you are not made of ash. You are the flame itself, the flicker that never fully goes out, even when the winds of despair blow hard against it. Let every dark night shape you. Let every ache deepen you. Let your suffering become not a punishment, but a teacher, a sculptor, carving strength into your bones. Every breath you take, every small decision to stay, every quiet act of self-respect, these things matter. They count. You don't need to be healed to be worthy. You don't need to be full of light to move forward. Even if you feel dim, you are still here, still trying. And that is powerful. So come back to the breath. Come back to the moment. Come back to what you can control. You don't need to rise all at once. Just don't let yourself go out. There is purpose in you. There is strength in you. Even now, especially now. If this message brought you a little peace, a little stillness, a little breath, feel free to like this video or subscribe for more Stoic reflections. And if you're walking through darkness, remember this: you are the flame, and the darkness cannot put you out. Keep going